you find us?
Hi, I'm Chloe. I'm the director of the Beehive Day Nursery in Taunton. We first heard about Boogie Mites through a lady who came to lead some training for us from the NDNA, and we were talking about our action plan for the year, and we always like to look at current initiatives to make sure that it's very much in line with changes to the EYFS, and also obviously dependent on the needs of our team and the children who come here. She mentioned Boogie Mites as a fantastic resource to support language and communication. We all know that post-COVID, a lot of us have seen a lot more of a rapid decline with children's language development. And it's something that we've always invested in. And she said, if you haven't tried Boogie Mites, it's definitely worth looking at. It's a super way of combining music and movement with speech and language development very, naturally, to really enhance the offer for children and to encourage staff to get involved with music as well. So we thought, let's give it a go.
How have your team found the Boogie Mites Minis programme?
I've had some fantastic feedback from the team. Initially, we prioritised our sort of senior room leads and deputies doing the training, and they found it fun, easy to access, but also really informative. And what we've noticed is very quickly after they've completed the training is that they've literally returned to the room and been able to deliver some of the songs. And without a doubt, it's had a really positive impact on the amount of music and movement that we're seeing daily within our routines.
Has there been a boost to staff confidence?
Without a doubt. I mean, we're in what we're calling our phase 2 of Boogie Mites at the moment. So we started rolling it out in spring term at the beginning of the year, as I said before, our senior leaders, but we are now rolling it out to all of our staff because it's so easy to access. We're really conscious that we want to enable all of our team to be confident with delivery of music, and not to kind of create a bigger divide between those who can and do and those who are already quite reluctant and would shy away from it. So our mission now is to ensure that every staff member is confident to deliver music within the setting. And without a doubt, we're about 50% of the team through the training. And already we are seeing a massively increased improvement in the amount of our team that are now becoming more confident to do music with the children, which is brilliant, exactly what we set out to achieve.
How have the children engaged with the Boogie Mites Minis programme?
The children really surprised us because actually we launched this in our toddler room with our 2 and 3-year-olds. And they picked up the new songs so quickly. I think naturally one of the concerns is that, these are quite new, some of them, maybe not familiar nursery rhymes. So very often we might change up some nursery rhymes or something so they know the tune. But actually they've just picked them up so quickly. And I think that is also what's coupled with staff being really confident with the delivery, because they're often very simple and based on sort of simplistic patterns of rhythm and that kind of thing, which means, as I say, the children have picked it up so easily.
What have you noticed about the children's development and confidence?
Without a doubt, the confidence is improving. So my assistant deputy manager has just finished her level 5 in leadership and management, and she actually based her research project on the impact that Boogie Mites was having on children's speech and language development. And the findings of her research, so we did some real-time research during her project, which showed that not only did the children gain confidence and language within just a matter of weeks, but the knock-on effect that then had on their speech at home as well. Parents commented that children were talking more in the 3-month period that the project ran for. And also one of the joyful moments we had, and in early years we love these moments where you think this is absolutely why we do what we do, was that a group of children were noticed to be replicating a song in the role play area with the props that had been used, and without any adult intervention at all, were doing their own Boogie Mites session as part of their free play. And that's when we thought, yeah, they've got it. And we haven't turned back since.
What do the children and adults get out of a Boogie Mites session?
We all know children have a natural rhythm, we know that. And it really, they just very quickly picked up on it. I think the use of the props is great, but we'd always used instruments. It's not like we hadn't done singing. But But the songs, I mean, Bangity Bang Bang is the favourite. There is no doubt about that, you know, and the staff, and they love it as well. I just think it's the joy the children get from it. And the staff don't always like to admit it, but Boogie Mites makes us all a bit happier. You know, you join in with a Boogie Mite session, and I, you know, bid anyone not to smile during it, because the children have learnt to sort of lose themselves, which is so important for their mental health, but also for the team as well, where you've had, you know, a tough morning. We all have them, we're human, you know, but actually join in with a bit of music and movement, and very quickly it helps you relax, you know, and just such fun, such fun.
How have you involved the parents?
We held our first parent session. So sort of phase 3 for us is about rolling it out more to parents and families and sharing resources. So that's sort of more into 2025. But we have a monthly wow session here where we get the parents doing all kinds of different things. Sometimes it's gardening, sometimes it's art. But November was Boogie Mites. And we did a session with our toddlers and a session with our preschoolers. And so we had parents and grandparents in, and it was the first time that we had done that. But also we thought partway through, we did the junk modelling with them. So we literally tipped up massive bins of junk modelling. And suddenly we had children that had made their own drum kits. We had shakers out of recycled materials. They literally had about a 10-second warning to make an instrument, to then, you know, use those materials to make noise with. And I wish I captured it on film, because the joy in that room at that moment, you know, parents that would normally sit on the edge if we're doing parent sessions, that were sat on the floor surrounded by all this junk modelling, children who have no idea they've got rhythm, they don't know they are finding the strong beat, and you know, we know all of that is so important for their communication. And it was just a really powerful moment, actually. And we had so much positive feedback from parents that they just loved getting involved. And it was chaos, really, but it was such fun. So much fun.
Have you noticed a difference in listening and attention?
You know what? I think what really has struck me, actually, with our 2-year-olds, and I should have said this earlier, is that ability to follow instructions. So if so our brilliant lady here, and my assistant manager that leads a lot of the Boogie Mite sessions, she says stop, you know, stop, louder, quieter, musical direction, you know, that these children that, you know, in everyday routine find it really hard sometimes to stop doing something they love doing. But when they are in that mode of doing Boogie Mites, she's got them, you know, they're there on the edge of their seats. They're really, you know, the listening and attention is incredible. The engagement levels just shoot up, and it's, you know, because they love it. You know, we know that if children aren't engaged, they're not going to show any interest. They're going to walk off after a few minutes. But our recent parent sessions, they went on for about 25 minutes. You know, normally our Boogie Mite sessions are between 5-10 minutes, sometimes a bit less. You know, in our baby room, they might only last for one song. But it is incredible the way it's enhancing children's listening and attention. And like you say, it covers every area of learning. We know that in early years. We can make it link with whatever topic we're doing, or theme, or, you know, skill we're working on with the children. But without a doubt, those core skills of listening and attention and communication are rapidly improving as a result.
What's Beehive Day Nursery's favourite Boogie Mite song?
Bangity Bang Bang with their sticks. We've got lots of sort of bits of wood. We don't have, you know, 30 sets of claves or however many of them there are, you know, so we've got lots of offcuts of wood, and they just engage so well with that song, all banging their sticks in time to the beat. And it's just a really good one to kind of wake the body up, and I think it's probably the team's favourite as well, to be honest.
What are the benefits of Boogie Mite's self-paced training?
As I've already said, really, the programme has been hugely successful here, and we are seeing the benefits it's having, not only on the children, but also just a fantastic CPD opportunity for the team. We initially used early years pupil premium money to support the project, and the fact that, you know, one term's money is now funding, you know, more CPD a year later is fantastic, as a very low cost but very high impact programme, which is wonderful. Our mission was to increase staff confidence, and for those that have now completed the training, that's definitely something that we're seeing, and staff have provided feedback directly to you and also to me that that's absolutely the case, that they're feeling much more confident. And I think I love the fact that the training's remote with online training. You know, they can access it anywhere. So we've had staff that have done it from home, staff that have done it in the setting. They've been able to do it in fits and starts because, again, as we know in early years, sometimes you get called to cover a lunch break or something happens and you have to come away from your training. So the fact that it can be done in a time, in a place to suit individuals has just been perfect. And they can go back and revisit the songs as they wish. But a genuinely super resource and the best CPD opportunity we've had for our team for years.
How impactful has the training been for your team?
The fact that they can get first-hand training from Boogie Mites relatively cheaply, easily, you know, and at their pace with the support of our team, it really has been, honestly, it genuinely has been massively impactful for the whole setting. And as I'm really excited now to get parents on board as well.
How will you continue to implement the Boogie Mites Minis programme?
So, I mean, our short-term plan, obviously, was to really support children's communication and language, you know, and like you say, that's ongoing and will continue to build up because without, you know, Boogie Mites is now part of our daily routine across all 3 rooms in the nursery. So our second phase is about getting all of our team on board. And as I said earlier, ensuring that every single team member that works here is confident, able and willing, which is often the key part, isn't it, to deliver Boogie Mite sessions. And yeah, I mean, our parent session was such a hit that without a doubt we would like to roll that out more and give children, give parents sort of more access to some of the resources, whether we're sending home some of the songs or some of the ideas. We already have lots of different parent packs, if you like, that go home. So we might, with your permission, use some of the Boogie Mites resources to actually be like, you know, there you go, have a look at that, listen to that, see what you think, have a go. And you know, as I say, the feedback we have from the parent event that we've run so far was so positive that, yeah, we'll be sure to run more in the future. Something else we're going to do as well is we're going to have a look at the school readiness aspect. We've only really focused on the minis Boogie Mites package so far. So we are eager to have a look at some of those other packages as well to see how they can enhance our music offer here at the Beehive.
Ready, steady, boogie.